James Helder, Eiffel TV, MTK Global. We've now got former WBO light middleweight champion, none other than Liam Smith. How are you?
Good, mate, you?
Good, yeah. Got a bit of a Smith overload here today. There's many of you in the building.
Yeah, there's a few around today as well, a few more.
I'll bet. Exciting times for the Smith family. We know the World Boxing Super Series has had some fantastic press, some fantastic rewards as well. Unfortunately, Jürgen Bremer deciding to pull out. How long have you guys known about the Bremer situation?
Was it Monday or Tuesday? I think Callum got told Monday. I think it got announced to the public on Tuesday, maybe. Callum kind of messaged us the minute he got to Germany. He found out as soon as he got here. So no, it was news. It was news to us. It was news to everyone else this week.
Change of opponents never good, especially when you've prepared for a southpaw for the last 10 weeks. I mean, a little bit of an unknown quantity as well. How much do you guys know about it?
Yeah, we know bits. Obviously, we know what we've seen, but also, we've got a few friends who are big in that sport, and I've got lads who train with Nicky for over a year. So we've got good feedback of him in that side. So he's very good. He's a very good fighter in that side, but boxing's a different game altogether. So we've seen McGregor, one of the best, the best in that side, that sport with his hands, and we've seen him come over to ours, and he weren't so good. So you still don't know what to expect, obviously.
But you'll be expecting
we're expecting the best, and the best possible. He does look as if he can punch no matter what, no matter if you're on the street or you're in a ring. If you can punch, and he does look like he can punch. He's heavy-handed, kind of a little bit flat-footed. So Callum will still have to be switched on and still do a proper job. But if anyone knows Callum like I do, he's a professional of kids as it is, and he'll be on his game, and he's fortunate enough to have. He's done. It would have been a lot worse, James, if he's done a full camp for an orthodox fighter and he brought a southpaw in on 5 days' notice. It would have been a lot worse than southpaw bringing the orthodox in. Now he just reverts back to what he knows more than anything. So it's a good thing for him.
Is it a frustrating period for Callum, the fact he hasn't been able to get that marquee name in the ring and show levels in the division and show everybody else in the 168 that he does mean business? Yeah,
100%, James, and it's kind of frustrating for us to sit and where everyone. You're a big fan of social media. We're all on social media, and some of the stuff I see. How can people slay Callum for me for this? You know what I mean? He's turned up fit, healthy, on weight, ready to beat Jürgen Bremer and Bucks plays in the final. Someone pulls out and Callum Smith gets the blame. He's turned up fit and ready for anyone. He's never turned down anyone. He's done the same right the way through for Patrick Mendy for the English title when no one was everyone was like kind of avoiding him because he had losses but was still a danger man for everyone. Callum fought him, stopped him in the round. Rocky Fielding, 2 unbeaten fighters in Liverpool. It was a big pressure fight for both. Goes stops him in the round. Yeah, the Blackledge fight was a heavy knockout, probably because it finished Blackledge's career by the looks of it. Everyone he's turned up fit and ready for everyone. He hasn't pulled out of any fights, and again till this one, it's not for the people knocking Callum's opponent now. He's an unbeaten fighter, but they're not going and slagging the people who were offered the fight. There's numerous people who were offered the fight. Yeah, Zach Parker, John Ryder. Now I'm not knocking them fighters, but because they don't know this fighter, they're not happy with it. The same, Zach Parker or John Ryder would still be in the same outcome. You know what I mean? So because they know them fighters, they might have been a little bit happy with them fighters. Again, it's not Callum Smith's fault. He's turned up and he's going to do the same job he's done with any other fighter in the semi-final, in my opinion.
It seems Callum that was quite harsh on himself and got criticism since his win over Christopher Brass. I mean, since then, has it been well documented that you guys want him in with a top name opponent?
Look, we're not bothered. He'll be in with top names and he'll beat top names. We know where he's going, so all that is irrelevant to us, to be honest with you, James. We know how good he is, and it's only going to be a matter of time before he proves it. You get George goes in the final, for us he proves it. So all the people who have moaned about that situation will quieten down then. But again, it's very easy to do it after the James when he does the job he's done on people. Before the fight, surely you spoke to a lot of people who were picking Rocky Fielding to beat him. Muhammad, he was a tough fight, went 12 rounds with James DeGale. But Callum went and stopped him around, or no, he weren't good. And you know, the same fella's back European champion now. Callum stopped him around. If that doesn't prove what level Callum is, then you know, I don't know what will.
What did you make of George Groves' win over Chris Eubank Jr., retaining his WBA super title in emphatic style? What did you make of it, Dave?
I kind of don't want to sound like Tingy James, but I've told people for over 18 months now what Chris Eubank Jr. is like, and that was just plain and simple what I knew George Groves would do to him. George Groves boxed well to a game plan, but didn't box. It's hard to put this. George Groves weren't brilliant on Saturday night, but George Groves done everything he needed to do against Chris Eubank. Kind of limited, so to speak, in boxing ability, and George Groves, you know, done everything he had to. Didn't have to change anything. What was working, he done for the full 12. You know, he finished a bit of a war because Groves' shoulder come out. You know, round 11 weren't a war, or round 10 weren't a war. So it was kind of what I knew George Groves could do and did do.
Excuse me.
I think Eubank's very good if he puts his head on your chest and throws 4 hooks, 6 hooks and 8 hooks, and I think that's what he can do well. I've always said, you know, I sparred lots of rounds with him, standing and having a boxing match, and you know, kind of boxing ability, you know, jabbing, feet. And I always said about Billy Joe Saunders, people picking Eubank to beat Billy Joe Saunders in a rematch. He won't, because he won't win a round while Billy Joe's fresh.
And I always said that struggles with the mobility and fighters that fight on the back foot rather than come at him.
Maybe more so, but I just think he struggles with well-schooled fighters. I think he struggles with well-schooled, you know, fighters who can think and who can, you know, adapt more to the point. And you know, if you spoke me head on and stand and have a war, he's good because he's fit, he's athletic, and he's strong. Not a puncher, if you know what I mean. He's strong because he's a fit, he's a good athlete, he's probably got good genetics, but you know, he's not a puncher, and he hasn't got the best boxing ability.
Now I know Callum Smith won't allow himself to even think about a potential George Groves clash in the final. Have you allowed yourself to think about it, to let the brain tick over of the possibilities of that one?
Yeah, it'd be a lie to say that. Obviously, I don't want Callum to look past people because we all know what boxing's like, but you know, I've thought of that since the tournament was made. Obviously, I was confident Callum would win his side of the draw, and again, I was confident George Groves would win his side of the draw. I always thought George Groves would beat Chris Eubank, so I always kind of knew it'd be a Smith and Groves final. So once we get Saturday out the way, I think we can look forward to that. But like I just said to you before, I'm confident in Callum Smith and George Groves in the final. You know, they sparred a couple of years back, and you know, Callum was a prospect coming through, and Groves was a good pro. And to be honest with you, I don't think George Groves is a better fighter now than what he was against Carl Froch. I don't think he's a better fighter, but you know, the final will be exciting, and it'll have a lot of people divided opinions again. But you know, I'm massively confident in Callum Smith. You know, it's Callum Smith and George Groves final.
Now, I've asked all the Smith brothers. Everybody's been quite diplomatic about it. I know you're one man that always says what's on his mind, shall we say. Would it mean more to you as a family if Callum Smith is victorious over George Groves with the history of the win over your brother Paul?
Oh, it's irrelevant. You know, again, Callum Smith beat George Groves. We're not going to say that's revenge for Paul Smith. George Groves beat Paul Smith.
Would you be thinking it though?
No, I won't say it. You know, I was good for Paul at the time. He probably want to put Paul's kind of best camps he's had, you know what I mean, James? That's what we were more gutted over at that time. He was fit, Paul, and he started well in round 1 and got caught with a good shot. In boxing, when you come up against punches, that's all they need, and George Groves landed that shot and finished Paul. So, you know, we see in social media Paul wishing George Groves good luck, and we're not bitter about that defeat. George Groves won that fight. It was just hard luck on Paul. He landed a very good shot. So, you know, once Callum wins this tournament, we're not going to be thinking revenge for Paul Smith. We're going to be thinking Callum Smith's, you know, the #1 super middleweight in the world. He's just beat George Groves, and he's WBC Diamond champion, and you know, he's the Muhammad Ali Trophy winner.
Now the full Smith team are heading out, but I'm not going to let you go until I get your thoughts on the Canelo Golovkin situation. I mean, you've had the pleasure of sharing a ring with Canelo, and no doubt you watched the first fight with Golovkin.
Yeah.
How would you see a rematch potentially between those two playing out?
I'm excited again for the rematch. I think it's very, very hard to pick a winner. If you look again, I probably could be made a fool of if someone went back 12 months and, you know, got interviews of me saying Golovkin beats Canelo, and then like kind of a couple of weeks before the fight, I swayed towards Canelo. I seen the shape he was in, I thought he was big enough now to handle. But I think Golovkin won that fight. And
Can
Canelo,
you see why people would have scored it to Canelo? Can
not
you see
really.
a case for that?
I think you could like what Canelo was doing. I think Canelo's the better fighter of the two. But he's class and he looked class in that fight. But Golovkin was an animal, and I just think in the parts of the rounds where Canelo was looking for his breathers, Golovkin would go again and Canelo couldn't go with him. And I just think Golovkin pulled away in the middle towards the end. Two top fighters. I just think Golovkin's an absolute animal, and it's hard to go against him again. But it's one that I'm looking forward to, mate. Honestly.
Great fight. What's on your sort of horizons at 154? What's the plan with you going forward? I mean, talk to us a little bit about Team Beef. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on a date to be confirmed. You know, there's rumours. Well, there's not rumours. You know, I got offered to fight on the Canelo Golovkin undercard against Saddam Ali, but you know, the offer was ridiculous. It was a joke.
In terms of
money, yeah, it was you know, it was a joke. And but to be fair to them, the answer was they don't need to pay for the undercard. That fight sells itself, so it's just fair dues. So you know, we're negotiating a different date now. It's yeah, same. You know, I'm fighting Sam Ali. I'm his man for the challenger. So unless he has a unification fight, he's got to fight me. And you know, we're in deep talks over that now. It could be May 12th over in America. But you know I'm fighting Sam Ali next. And
confident,
yeah, very
doing
confident.
a job on him.
Yeah,
do you
definitely.
Think that as a real winnable fight for yourself?
100%. Yeah, he's a talented fighter. He's, you know, went to the Olympics. You know, but he's a welterweight. I watched this fight with Vargas, and I watched how Vargas kind of walked him down and stopped him, and that's a welterweight doing it. And I'm a big light middleweight. I think he's had one fight at light middleweight, and you know, it was kind of his lottery ticket against Cotto, and Cotto was kind of an old man on that night. So, you know, I'm confident I can go in there and do a job on Saddam Ali, yeah, definitely.
Did you happen to watch Prince Naseem's comments on Chris Eubank Jr.? What did you make of the whole situation?
I was just crying, laughing. I thought, in certain sense, I understood what he was going on about, but in other things, like I thought, now you are just going in on him. You are getting your own back on the beef you've had with the dad. I just thought, no, because you picked him to win. You picked him to win before the fight, so I think you picked him to win as in, I told you so. The minute he didn't win, he thought, right, you're getting it now live on, you know, ITV. Him and the dad have had beef years ago, I think. And I just thought, right, you've just opened up there and caned him as much as you can. A lot of it made sense. He is not as good as the dad made out. The dad was saying he's made him too well and stuff like that. And I'm surprised the dad doesn't come under more stick than he has, because they were losing what they were saying and they were embarrassing what they were saying. But you know, I do think Naz went a little bit too far, you know what I mean? But
would you like to pick a camera to talk to Naz and tell him?
No, because he might slate me next time I fight, so no thanks. No, I'm a fan of his. I've been a fan of his for years, so
he's a
I'm not
national
slagging
treasure.
Naz.
He's
Yeah.
a national treasure.
Yeah, he's the man.
Were we in agreement that we want more Naz on the team?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just none of my fights if he slates people like that.
Speaking of top guys, we've seen Andy Lee announce his retirement from the sport.
Yeah.
He's had a fantastic career, capturing a world title away from home as well, which is a great achievement in itself. What are your thoughts on Andy Lee?
A tough fighter. I wish him very well in whatever else he chooses to do. I think he'd be a very good coach, or you know, he's a very good commentator. His knowledge of boxing is very good. But I think you know, it's sad to see him go. He's a very good fighter. And,
I think he could have had more to give the game if the opportunities would have been there, the right fights for him.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I think you know, he was a world champion, but I think he could have won more than that. I think he could have been a world champion again if the right opportunities came, or like, you know, you don't know behind the scenes the look he's had in boxing. He might not be getting fights, he might not be getting treated properly off managers, promoters, etc. But you know, the Andy Lee of old, I think, could have won more than one world title.
Also, Shane Singleton, Dal Evans, give them an honourable mention as well, deciding equal time on their careers.
Good pros, good domestic,
good honest lads,
yeah,
and
definitely
put the work in.
Yeah, same. So, you know, I wish them well in whatever they choose to do. They've been good servants to boxing. There'll be many more, and you know, boxing won't be the same without guys like that.
They are the guys that make the sport. They're the guys in the gym, and they're the guys that give us the great experience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
Liam, thank you very much for
Yeah.
TV. Great to get you on, champ.
Yeah, Sam.
See you soon.
Sam, mate, thanks.